If you're curious about what a typical Chief of Staff interview process looks like, you have to watch this video. I've worked with hundreds of CEOs over the last 5 years, and I've helped them perfect their Chief of Staff interview process. First and foremost, a Chief of Staff candidate is going to have to go through a chemistry check-in with their potential principal. This could be the CEO or any executive that you want to be the Chief of Staff to. A chemistry check-in shouldn't take very long, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. And what you should be prepared to answer in this interview is, why do you want to become a Chief of Staff at this specific company? And why do you want to be a Chief of Staff now to this principal and at this organization? Next, you're most likely going to have to do a take-home exercise. I typically recommend no more than 3 to 5 hours spent on a take-home, and the take-home should be accurately reflective of what the priorities and initiatives going on at the company are. I typically recommend that the CEO pick a project that they would want the Chief of Staff to implement or work on in the first 90 days so that it can be a true representation of what the job is really going to be like. After you do the take-home and submit it, you should be prepared to present that information and solution to more members of the leadership team. What this will show is your ability to communicate your solutions to a wider audience, specifically at an executive presence. If that goes well, you'll most likely set up smaller interviews with other leadership team members. That's because you'll be working with them cross-functionally in order to get updates and also figure out ways that you can make the entire team more efficient. Before you take an offer, I always recommend a final chemistry check with your principal. Make it a low-stakes setting, like maybe a meal or coffee, and try to stay away from the business talk. What you're trying to do here is see if you're going to be able to develop rapport and trust within each other on more than just a professional level. This is going to be the foundation of your Chief of Staff and principal relationship if you end up taking on the role. So there you have it. Those are the 5 steps for a typical Chief of Staff interview process. Screenshot this and save it for your next Chief of Staff interview. My name is Clara, and I'm the founder of Ask a Chief of Staff, a platform that empowers Chiefs of Staff through community, coaching, and placement. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks on the Chief of Staff role.